the first and by default best movie we've seen this April, Monkey Man.
Man, I really did not like this movie. It just was not what I wanted it to be. I mean, I guess we'll start with the cinematography because that's where a movie is kind of make or break for me. And I just could not get past how horrible it was. Mostly shaky cams. I don't know what they were trying to do with the focus. Maybe it was a choice, but so many shots where the focus was going in and out and in and out and in and out, or maybe intentionally out of focus shots. And that's fine if that's the choice, but that doesn't mean I have to agree with that choice.
I thought, as a society, we've moved past shaky cam.
I thought we were done with that. It was bad.
And I guess we haven't.
No.
But I think the worst, because nobody likes shaky cam, that's one. But I find what interesting is that they do it in the first 2/3 of the movie, then the last third of the movie, they stop doing it.
Most of the first half of the movie was all shot with long lenses as well, so not a lot of wide establishing shots. It makes it feel really claustrophobic, and I hate that. It felt like Captain Phillips. Have you ever seen that movie?
I Am the Captain Now? Is that
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Well, they're on a boat, and that film physically made me sick when I saw it in the theater. We were also in the second row. That didn't help. Well, this film was also physically making me dizzy. And so, I mean, minus points right there. Not that we give points.
Which I think the sad thing about the shaky cam thing too is like you have such a I thought like the sets and stuff were kind of interesting looking, and I thought the combat was attempting to be creative, and you lose a lot of that. I feel like that uniqueness when you can't tell what's going on in a thing.
Yes, I agree.
Which if anything, it just makes it more disappointing how it could have been better instead of it. I don't know.
I wasn't able to relate with the characters because I couldn't tell what the characters were doing or what was happening or where they were. And the style of storytelling that's employed in this movie just did not gel with me. So I wasn't able to enjoy the film on a visual level, and I wasn't able to enjoy it on a story level. And the only thing left then are just the raw ideas. And I'm not even sure what those were. I mean, that's what Dev Patel seemed to really want to do and not the action.
I think that's a really good way to explain it. This movie it's a lot of raw ideas that are slapped together. I kind of looked at like the history of how this movie was made. It has a really rough like creative process. Like, I mean, this was getting filmed like the past couple years.
Oh, okay.
And it had like such a, because it was supposed to be kind of like, I think more of like a Bollywood style thing. And then like Dev Patel broke his hand during the first action sequence when they were filming it, so they had to pause. Then they had to pause again when COVID started, I mean, that's a while ago.
Okay. Yeah, so it was in production hell for a little bit.
Yeah, it was kind of in production hell, and then I'm not sure because I think Netflix was supposed to buy it too at one point, and then Jordan Peele put his stamp of approval on it, and Jordan Peele really pushed for the cinema release of it.
Okay.
So it's been kind of juggled around, and I'm just assuming that throughout that entire process, just a little crack by crack by crack, but people are really seeming to like it though. But
I just don't understand the praise that it's getting.
Which is a shame because I mean, this is Dev Patel has his hands all over this, and this is his first, directorial debut. And I mean, I think for a new and upcoming director, I think he did a pretty decent job considering all the behind the scenes stuff that was happening with this.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really speak on that. I have no idea, but I'm excited to see what he does next. But yeah, this one just this didn't do it for me.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. I'm interested to see what he will do later.
Yeah,
because I feel like I mean, since he's new and upcoming, I wonder, even though his name's all over directing and producing and writing, I wonder how much of that really is him, and it's more of a like, look at he did this. You should go watch this new thing this up and coming guy did. But it might be more of like studio interference, just all the juggling with like Netflix and the Jordan Peele stuff and.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not exactly like he's an unknown.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
He's a very famous and accomplished actor.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
It's not like he's, brand new to the business and this is his first project. Yeah, I would have been curious if somebody else starred, how that would have come out.
I don't think he does a bad job in it, though. I just don't think he has anything to do in it, even though he's the one giving himself what to do.
Yeah, the character of Kid, or whatever they call him, is...
Kid / Bobby / Monkey Man. That's what he...
Yeah, the story is just, it's very predictable at the end of the day. We've seen this revenge-style film 100 times.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, like... Because I liked it more than you did. But I didn't love it either, but I didn't hate it. It was just kind of just like it was just going. It's like I get it, and it was like a roller coaster for me. Like there's scenes where I'm like, this is great. I'm kind of vibing with it, even though it's not the best thing ever. But then there's other scenes where I'm like, oh god, we're dragging. It's really dragging.
See, most of that was dragging for me. I was sitting there waiting for it to take off, waiting for it to grab me for something, and it never happened. There were a couple moments where it was like, oh, something's about to happen, and then, man, the shaky cam action comes back, and I'm just like, and I'm out.
Yeah, and that's just more of like for the John Wick style action scenes. There's some scenes where like Mr. Monkey Man, he's in the ring, he's doing Monkey Man things, and I thought those were kind of like they're actually kind of boxing in there. I kind of like that.
That was a very enjoyable part of the movie. I like that a lot.
I think that's more of just the sad part where it's like when you see a movie and it's like there's good and bad parts. It's like, oh, why didn't you just do more of the stuff that looks good? You know, like,
right.
So I feel like hopefully his next one would be a lot better if he can, start with a firm thing of like it's gonna start here and go here instead of start here and then it wiggles its way towards wherever it lands.
It was just a very basic story that just didn't grip me.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see in the future if his future films contextualize this, because sometimes directors' early films only make sense after you've seen their later, more acclaimed films, and then you go back and you're like, oh, I can see what you were going for in what ideas interest you as a filmmaker. So maybe that'll
Maybe
happen.
that's why I liked it more, because I feel like I could kind of like I don't have the answer to why, but I feel like I could pick up on like I don't know, they were trying. Like I feel like even though it's just cluttered and chaos, it's like you could tell like there's like some heart in it. Like people are trying.
Oh,
like they don't know what really they want to get towards, but they're really trying to make a thing.
Messy.
Yeah.
I would say it was messy.
All right, now we're into the Duke or Nuke section of this video, where you give it a Duke if you like it, give it a Nuke if you don't like it, and I will be slightly duking this movie. I'll give it a little bit of thumbs up. It's not the best movie ever, but I think I liked it more than I did not like it.
So you would recommend this to someone?
Because that's not to everyone.
Okay.
Not to everyone.
Okay.
But if somebody, I feel like if this is more of your flavor, I would go grab it.
Yeah, I'm going to be nuking this movie. I just did not enjoy it. I wouldn't recommend it. But I'm excited to see what Dev Patel does in the future.
All right, do you like Monkey Wick? Do you like John Man? Let us know in the comments. And should you see any other monkey movie that's in theaters, it should be Godzilla vs. Kong. You should go check that one out instead. But if you like both of them, congratulations. You like monkeys.
Thank you for watching.
Yes.